Here in a few seconds. Hope everybody's doing good. Happy Friday. Hope everybody has some great plans for this week. You might need it after today's debacle. As I said in the notes this morning, for me, I don't think any of this has anything to do with Amazon at all. This is just, the market's at a top. It's pulling back. It's pulled back about 23.6% of the rally that started in July, which is honestly pretty normal. And so, for my longer term trades, I'll just continue to watch the banners here. And for short term, we'll kind of go over that here in a second. Let's go ahead and start with the ES futures. All right, so let's look at a couple things. So on the week, we've actually went inside. This is really healthy. So an indecision candle, right? And honestly, an inside week is usually the first sign of some sort of consolidation period, choppiness. We know that the inside week typically leads to an inside and up or an inside and down. So we'll be waiting for that. I don't expect much from today's action. I feel like, if you're going off the momentum of Amazon, Amazon's pulled back quite a bit and it's come back into a trendy edge, and we're going to talk about that here in a second as well. So far, this week, price has pulled back into our 43.69 level. It found buyers here, and this goes to say every time we move over a target, we look for that target, what was resistance, to turn into support. And that's kind of like what we're seeing here. So it came back, checked 43.69, and the question is whether or not we can hold there as support. This is the bigger picture over here on the weekly and the monthly and the 2021 projection that I built for you guys in December. Over here on the right hand side is a 4 hour, and you can see price did break this trend line yesterday, and we pushed up, came and made a new high, and then we immediately pulled back. Now, if you ask me, regardless of what Amazon did, and I'm going to keep bringing that up so I can really push that in your heads, this pullback has nothing to do with Amazon. Okay, it's crazy to think that the entire stock market would move off of Amazon. That's not how this works. So if you look at it from, hey, we made a new high, and then breakout traders try to take a breakout, and then they were immediately stopped out. That's how I look at this. All right, and then we come right back down into that consolidation area where the market's just kind of going sideways, and you find yourself at that chop zone again. Now, when I'm measuring from the rally that started here again in on the 19th. So when we started this rally here from the 19th of July and then pushed up to here, I want you to go ahead and measure that with some Fibonacci's. So we're going to push here up to the pivot high. And you can see that price has pulled right back to the 23.6 a couple times. So for today, all right, let me go back over to my notes so that we could share these. Give me 1 second here. I'm looking for on the ES futures for price to basically stay within, not to push over this midline, which is around 4,400. So my expected range for right now is 4,400 to the upside, and we've been on top of this all week. Our expected ranges have met. We've exceeded those areas, but I want you to notice down here and to the left, we have a little bit of a buy zone. Okay, right here where the trendy indicator is indicating we had buyers come in. That happens to be right at the 38.2, and you got an inside and up formation, and that is at around 43.46. So if you wanted to the downside, this is what I would expect. Okay, if we take out these previous pivot lows here. So first of all, price is going to have to reject. And if something like this happens and Amazon continues to fall, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But this is what I would expect to happen towards the end of the day if we take out these lows. All right, so 43.46, and the expected range to the upside is 4,400. Now, just to be very clear, following my methodology, the trend here is still extremely bullish. This pullback simply just pull back into the 23.6. Things look fine. All right, let's go over here to the NASDAQ really quick as well. This is important. Down about 176 points here. Didn't quite make it to my larger time frame target, but things don't look so bad. All right, so over here on the weekly, you could see here if we take the rally and we go ahead and measure from that rally into the pivot high, you can see also the 23.6 is holding. All right, so this is a very bullish zone, and as long as price is holding in here and consolidating in here, I'm okay with continuing with the bullish thesis that dips need to be bought. Notice also the previous week that this candle came into the trendy edge, and this was an awesome opportunity to be looking for the buy. Not only did it come into the trendy edge, it came into the 9 EMA. So what are you doing here? Honestly, folks, the hardest part of trading to me is when we come inside. If you're not using some sort of strategy where you're selling premium or iron condors, credit spreads, and so forth, it makes it very difficult to trade directionally, especially short term. And I say short term, I mean like, 2 to 3 days. If you're trying to scalp, it makes it a little bit easier. But again, that's made for a specific type of trader, and we are not scalping in here just because specifically my alerts are linked to the room, and I don't want in and out alerts, every 5 minutes or so. Okay, so again, that's Nasdaq. Things look pretty good there. If we were to break down further to give you guys some sort of range, I would expect 14,705 and possibly back up to 14,945. And that's my expected range here on the NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and pull up the SPYs, Qs, DIA, and IWM, and let's just talk about overall how things have worked out this week following this strategy. So, trying to buy the top is not working, right? So every time we came up into the top, it did not work until yesterday. So I took this trade yesterday, and it worked. And you can see here, when I zoom in, it actually hit my target to the tick. We closed most of the positions here, and then I was stopped out for gains on the last piece of that SPY trade. So it did work out here. Remember, when I went back, or if you go back to last weekend, it was still a buy the dip scenario. You want to buy dips at my levels, and you can see here 435.96 worked very well to the upside here. Over here on the Qs, I have not touched this, and so I'm kind of happy I didn't. But if you're looking at buying the dip, you could see it came right into the trendy edge and pushed up very nicely. So this morning we are underneath a neutral. All right, so 364.75 is resistance. And far as support goes, it's going to be this double bottom at around 360.31. On the Dow Jones, things were looking pretty yesterday. I believe we did make an all-time high. And once we made that high, we pulled right back. As I said before, just excluding Amazon, this is pretty standard. We make a new high, breakout traders try that, and then they get stuffed. And I'm sure some of us got stuffed in here as well. Over here on IWM, I took this trade on 223.7. It's looking good for about, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, if that. And then all of a sudden, this came in as well. Now, the bigger picture, I do like rotation into small cap, but we're going to have to be patient and wait to see if that comes true, right? So we'll be watching the IWM very closely. I'm going to, if I were to take you back to a weekly chart, what I would tell you is this, again, is still just sideways trade. It's very difficult. So timing is the variable, and trying to time the market, the better trades have been taking longs at the lower levels, okay, not taking them at the highs during this period. It's just very difficult, okay, and the better is down towards the levels. Okay, so we'll keep this on. We'll be watching this today. I don't expect a whole lot. My overall sentiment is sideways choppy. All right, and so you know how that is. Things could be a little difficult. All right, one thing that's interesting is that you have Amazon down quite a bit. When you look at it and I compare it to price, it's not down that much, folks. All right, but we did give you this overall earnings play right here. So just to show you, Uh, this is what our expectations were. You guys could see there that Roberto said that. I don't know if he's the only one that did it, but he talked about he bought the debit spreads for the earnings play for the trendy levels, and this pays out, folks. I mean, $85 for this spread. Okay, for these levels. And what did you say the payout was, Roberto, for this? Is it 915? 915 bucks, guys. 915. That's a 10x trade just playing off of these levels. So the idea going into this, whether you just bought one or you bought two, is that one of these hit and it takes care of the cost. So let's just say that this was 85 bucks as well. I don't know. I didn't play the upper one, and this was 170. If he banks 915 minus this 170, he's made money. Okay, and that is the idea on that strategy into earnings. And basically, I used a inside and up formation here for this earnings, and I used a Fibonacci extension for the upper targets here on Amazon. Now, I want you to notice, very important here, is that price has moved back to the trendy yearly edge. Okay, now this is the top of the edge, folks. All right, so you got these edges here. Remember, this is what we trade off for long-term leaps and so forth. So your bigger swing trades, very big swing trades. All right, and price has now come back to what was resistance. Okay, what was resistance is now back down there. And the question is this going to be support? All right, shorter term, if we start to break down below the decelerator, remember these numbers today, 3306, okay, then I would say in the next week or two, if we cannot break back over 3306, we continue down towards 3212, okay. I'm definitely thinking about opening up a long-term position at or around this level of 3212 if we get there. Today, I'm kind of hands off. What I'd like to see is that we flush this, scare some people, put in a flush low. A flush low is like, it looks like this, just to be a little dramatic. It's like this, and then you get yourself this nice wick that takes everybody out, and then we start to slowly bring confidence back. Now I want to say this and be very clear. Amazon, after a big move down like this, is going to break a lot of confidence in traders. They're going to be scared. News catalysts are going to come out and say now that tech is broken, that it's not a good trade. Listen, folks. In my opinion, Amazon is going nowhere. I think we know that. Meaning, they're not leaving. Right? This is a sound company. If anything, we are waiting for the fire sale. And we'll be using higher time frames, monthlies, and looking for that area where we'll be looking for that divergence to come in. Big money, not retail. Let retail be scared. Let them trade this off. Let them come, bring this into a trendy level, and then we'll be there to look for the longer term trade. Okay? So Amazon, just staying patient right now. Far as like a Friday YOLO trade, if anybody's interested in that, I'm probably not. But just use your levels. You could see here. I think on a max participation, bulls bounce in and wow everybody. I want you to take your fibs. I want you to use this big down candle, measure, okay, from that pivot into give me 1 second here, into the lower pivot here. And I want you to use your Fibonacci's, 23.6 and 38.2. Notice that the 38.2 is lined up with your EMA cloud. At a max, I wouldn't expect more than 34, 33. Smarter, 33.91 to the upside and then back down. And then far as support, could be down here at 32.12. Again, if 33.06 is broken. Okay, that's Amazon. Now, what is interesting here is that Amazon is down what, guys? Like 250 bucks somewhere in there. And then you come over here to Apple, and they are literally down a buck. All right. So that's saying something, right? To me, it's saying something. You know, Apple has a great opportunity here to sell off if it wants to follow Amazon here, but notice that the levels that I've given you for the last several weeks are still working. So every time that Apple comes down into this box and it reclaims, it's giving you an opportunity to make money intraday every single time. All right. Now, there's something very important to write down here. Whether it's a support line, whether it's a resistance line, whether it's a box that I've drawn, the more that it's tested, the weaker it gets. Okay. However, you have to pay attention to the pivots. Every time we come in here, are we making higher lows? Okay. So, say like Apple comes back again today and it only goes here, but then starts to go bid. If it's making higher lows, that's a good sign that this box is working, okay? And that we're just accumulating shares in here, all right, for a bigger move. All right, so Apple's just something I'm watching, not that I necessarily want to trade it today, but I'm just keeping my eye on it and want to see how things react as the market moves today. All right. All right, moving on down here. Of course, some trades are taking a back seat because the overall market is down. And because of that, I might get an opportunity to add. Okay, so A, B, and B, I sold some for a profit. And then we were waiting for the trendy edge. I said 1 to 3 days, but I like the 3 day scenario. And look at it. It couldn't even stay up here, I think, more than a day. All right. Okay. 1, 2 days. So the three candle combination, that's not going to happen because it's down here for right now. I need to see those higher highs, potentially inside and up. Look, price is in the cloud. It's difficult when it's in the cloud because basically you're trying to trade something that's in resistance. Okay. Is this an H formation? Even if it is, I don't think it makes a full H down to 127. I think if anything, it pulls back maybe into this 140 by 137 area. And if we start to find buyers there, then this is where I'm going to add to my long-term trade. That's 70 plus days out, close to 80. Okay. Yeah, Nick, so you asked a good question. One of our members, good opportunity to pick up SPY 440s for next week. So, here's what I'm going to say. On anything that's been bullish on these dips has been a great opportunity. Would you agree? It's just that it never feels normal, right? So trying to buy a dip is like counterintuitive. Like it just doesn't feel right. But when you go back and you look at a strong bullish market, you could see that every time the market pulls back, it's been a great opportunity, especially when you go over to the fear and greed. And the fear and greed is actually reading extreme fear. If you go back and you study this, it's during these periods of extreme fear where buying the longer dated stuff is a great opportunity. As a disclaimer, I will tell you at some point, maybe not now, there'll be a time, okay, because I've been there and done that, is take a trade on a dip and it doesn't work. It just keeps going down, it keeps going down, and you could see weeks on end and months on end where the market is sell the rip scenario. Okay? So, just know that. All right, so Airbnb, we'll be watching it today. I'll see if I get an opportunity here to add to a longer term trade. That's how I want to approach this. And then moving on down, a lot of, let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and get to some of my focus trades before we start the day here. Focus trades for today, just zero DTE trades, meaning for me, I'm going to most likely make this a beach trade day or just kind of chill out trade day, and let the market kind of decide what it wants to do. This type of trade, it would expire today. It's not, I don't like to say the word lotto because I'm just using levels that I would typically use, but time is not in my favor. Therefore, it's a low probability trade. All right. And the way that I look at this right now is I'm looking at DPZ, Domino's Pizza. It looks pretty strong here pre-market. What I'd like to see is that it dip a little bit into my neutral box, and on a reclaim, I like to see it move from daily edge to this daily edge up here. So 531 to 535. As a disclaimer, I'll tell you, it all depends on how these options set up. Dominoes can be a bit illiquid at times. The spreads are nasty, and we'll see how it looks on Friday. So if it looks like it's nasty and the spreads are big, I'm not going to take the trade. Plain and simple. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on down here and look at a couple other names. What else do you guys want to look at? We'll go about 2 minutes here. Bob is down about 7, probably based off of Amazon here. I do like banks and energy. BAC trying to get above that bullish channel again of 23.6. I really like this trade going into the next couple weeks. If we can get above that 38.80, 39 level today, then I might set something up for the time coming. All right. Baba, most likely, what I'm going to do here is probably just close out the trade, just so all of you know that this one is not working out. Obviously, it will not. Yeah, it's not working out. I got about 20 plus days on it, so let me check a couple things though, just really fast. Here we go. Earnings on A3. Actually, probably hold this. All right, let's go ahead and move down. Let's see, beyond. Yep. Nothing's really like sticking out. I mean, DPZ, definitely like that. Cat pull back on its earnings, something I'll be watching as well. It's only down about 4. I think that with the infrastructure, plans there, I think Cat continues to do well. I think dips are buying opportunities. Of course, we'll be using levels to figure out those dips. And then again, my biggest focus is probably small cap right now. Okay. Nvidia pulling back. I got a long-term position in this. I'm deep in the money, I believe, on this, and so my question is whether or not I want to add to it. So I think ES to list. You asked a couple times if I want to trim or if I want to sell or something like this. This is a longer-term trade for me, guys. So know that. All right. Obviously, if I'm only up 300 bucks on a long-term contract, I'm not going to sell it. What I'm looking for is for price to stay above this 23.6 today at 190.58, and if it can get back above 197, I think this thing rocks into the next couple weeks. Okay, so for right now, let's go ahead and set alert here above our 196.97 level, at or above, and then I got my alert set down here. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the ES futures. Kind of bouncing here. Again, if you're just trading off the Fibonacci levels that I teach, you're doing really well. I mean, and that's just from Fibonacci standpoint. And then I also teach how Fibonacci is synergistically, if you understand how to place these, is actually lined up with supply and demand, which is really cool because you can go out and spend, $10,000 to learn a little bit about supply and demand, when really at the end of the day, Fibonacci can help you find these levels with a quick tutorial. So, and we had that tutorial here in the room, how to use Fibonacci's the best way. And so, and I know all my members here love that, and I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm sure you do. Okay, so supposedly the CDC will release the actual data today that is supporting why they have taken the actions they have. The data is supposed to show that the Delta variant is actually more contagious than smallpox, and that is more serious than what is currently known by the general public. If the data comes out and supports this seriousness, uh, then we're probably going back down to lockdown mode. And so I just want to share that with you. That would be a catalyst. It's not something to scare anybody, but I just want to share that information with you. Okay. If you want to be prepared for something like that, you could be thinking, okay, well, what's the play on that? Do we have a hedge play? Guys, 30 to 60 days out, Delta 30s on a put side, is always something you could be thinking about. So. All right, we're also in this POOL. I'll be watching that as well today. And a little bit of Melly. Melly's all over the place. That's a spread that doesn't expire for another 50 days. So, and then somebody has their mic on, just so you know. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jennifer. Team Nick, I'll go ahead and look at that, man. I'm not in a rush to do anything right now, so hopefully you're still on, man. Holy crap, up $70? That's kind of a big move, right? Jeez. I remember we loved Team, right? We loved Team back in the day. Look at that breakout. Holy crap. What a nice move, man. Who does that? Chaotic candle. If bulls really want it, your buying opportunities between 323 and 310. Let's get a small extension here. Yeah, that's insane, man. So again, 364 up to about 380 is what you could see on more momentum here, but kind of have this rule of thumb: anything over 10%, especially on a stock like this. I would expect there to be profit taking and sideways action, but you should see buyers come in here at 323 by 310. If not, then it's kind of hands off until it reclaims above those levels again. I'm not sure, man. Not sure. So let's come over here to DPZ really quick. All right, and as you can see here, I think we pull back into our neutral. Pretty close anyways. Yeah, let's see what these look like. Yeah, these are dumb. 55 cents by 260. No thanks. Let's bring this up. Oh, look. IWM's almost green. Who would have thought? Airbnb not that bad, only down $1. Roku punched you while you were asleep last night? I hear you, man. Come on, baby. Let's see small caps rally. That's what I want to see. And there goes that neutral. Looks like some of you guys bought that. I mean, if you like the spreads, there you go. You can see this strategy works really well for a quick buck. And we teach that here as well. If you guys are here and you don't know this, then please hit me up. Pretty straightforward. let's go over here and see if. Let's see, DPZ. I was trying to get him at 50 cents. That was not working. So unfortunately, the 530s. Oh well. Let's see what's Apple doing. Down $1.30. AB&B actually went green. Are they really? Let me come over here and look at Amazon. 274 bucks. Let's come up here and take a look. So, see, we're down here at the decelerator. I wouldn't even worry about it, man. You're gonna make max pay. What is your spread? All right, there's that decelerator, that 3306. I think we actually tapped it. Yep, and started to bounce. So great levels. If it reclaims that YE, that'd be awesome. But check that out. To the tick, man. Thank you. Nothing to do. It's just kind of holding that level. Yeah, I was asking, what is your actual spread? I don't think it's something to be concerned about. Oh yeah. I mean, if you settle in there, I think if you could check with your broker, Roberto, but I'm pretty sure, man, if it's like max payout once things settle down, you know. Hard to do on right on the open though, because things are going to be crazy, right? Everybody's like freaking out. They don't know what to do. Try to get that DPZ again. Not working though. I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah, he could leg out. That'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it? All right, guys. So IWM trying to break the neutral. Let's go, baby. I dare you to go to 226 and a half today. Show us that small caps are back. Let's go. Do it. Whoops. AMD up 2 today. See, not everything is down. Yeah, it was a nice on AMD for intraday. He came into the mid, pushed up to the high there. Nvidia, I think Nvidia kind of does its thing like this on Fridays typically, doesn't it? Pretty common. Yeah, trying to hold that 23.6. So, yeah, man, Sean, it's the same shit over and over, man. Right? It's like there's always something in the market, guys. But if you notice, um, the levels, right? They still work, but it's the it's the mindset, right? Trying to get over all these barriers and trying to navigate the market are absolutely extremely difficult, right? Because you're always going to be like, I feel like that's the theme of this year. Every time you start to feel comfortable, you get hit with Delta, COVID. Not that these things aren't serious, but I'm just saying these are things that come across inflation, and you second guess yourself. That's what's going on. And it's sad. To me, it's definitely sad. But that's a part of trading, folks. Never going to be easy. Okay? Hey, could somebody tell me? I was trying to get into my Restream shot. Maybe you know this. Into my Restream app, and it's asking for me to get a code off a 2FAA app. Am I supposed to download that app and then it give me some kind of number in order for me to get into my account now? That used to not be an issue. Okay, that's frustrating. Like all of a sudden they're asking for that. So every time I want to go live, it's like putting in the same title. Yeah, we tapped the neutral, kind of came back down. Let's see what they want to do. Spy's still rocking and rolling. How's our pool doing this morning? So the app I need to download, is it called Google? It said 2FAA. I'll figure it out, man. I'm getting old. All right, pool, let's go, baby. I love this. Let's get it. Hey, man. Which app is it, though? When I go to the app, there's like several of them. 220 on pool. There's that 480, man. Are you still in, Sean, or did you sell it all yesterday? Just give me like a 10-point day, dude. Seriously. Nobody's looking at pool. Nobody's looking at pool except for us. Yeah, that's right. Mother. Mother of pools. Let's go, baby. Look at this chart. If you're looking out there live and you don't like this chart, whew, that's the sexiest chart I've seen. No FOMO. If you didn't get in it, no big deal. There's always another trade out there. Yeah, I saw your post there in chill chat, Roberto. Bitcoin. I was looking at that guy you're talking about. I don't know, man. I mean, to me, just look at the green box, dude. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, who cares what somebody says? The green box works, and so does the red box. But I think it's awesome that somebody you respect uh, is calling for this at the same time. I'd love to see that, man, especially for you and anybody that's holding crypto, baby. So, but you see the ME? Tell that guy, right? Tell that guy to get with my guy and tell him about the trendy edges. All right, guys. Pool now trading 540 to 650 on our options there. Could get filled on my CMG, and not sure I want to bite the bullet on this thing. You know, Tesla. I think I'm going to take the training wheels off, folks. You know, anybody else? Don't do what I do. Oh, 540 to 760 on pool. Hot damn. Let's keep going then. I'm trying to take off my short side on the short side of my spread on Tesla. We have 77 days on these. Let's see. Wait, cancel replace order. Okay, thank God. Ah, it's flying. Slow down. Let's see if I can get it. I'm trying to buy it back at like 14, 15 or something like that. No biggie. I think on Nvidia, I might actually buy some more. Let's go back over here to. There we go. Come on, IWM. Look at this market is strong, guys. I told you that. Uh, I mean, sure, we got news coming up. Don't forget about that. We got some catalysts coming up. I cannot get out of my short side. Sorry, guys. So I have a long term, I have a bullish bet on Tesla. And over earnings, what I did was sold a call against it as well. And I'm just trying to leg out of. Maybe I should just follow my. Here, let's go over to Tesla really quick. We need to get over that ME, right? I think we're pretty darn close. Right? And this is that short side. Here we go. Trying to come up here to the ME. Check it out. So I gave you guys the notes on Tesla this morning if you want to go back over them. Uh, Let me just go ahead in case somebody did not read them. All right. I like Tesla. This stock has a tendency to shine when the market is selling off. Let's see what it wants to do. I may take a shot at a Friday YOLO trade or take the training wheels off of my spread, buy back the short side if it gets to 650 or if it gets over this ME. So let's see what they want to do. Yeah, baby. Look at pool go. Apple only down 40 cents, folks. All right. Tesla mark at or above 684. What do you guys think? You think we finally reclaim the ME here? What do you guys think? Yeah, ATR says nope. And look, as soon as it hits the ME here, let me just show you guys. Sorry, let me pull this over again. As soon as we hit it, we went straight down, didn't we? Freaking trendy edge, man, I tell you what. But this time it should break. It should, man. All right, there it is. 683.50. Pull back. Right to the trendy edge. I'm telling you right now, the bigger move comes when we start to hold over this ME here. I'm still going to try, let's see, to get out of this thing. So I can just have my directional on here. Ooh, that baby went up though. From 15 bucks, it's up to 19 or 18, sorry. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. My Roku as well, guys. I got a long term 175 days out, bought the 600s, sold the 650s. That's down a little bit, and I'll be looking to add to that if it can pull back a little bit more. Okay. Really trying to concentrate on bigger positions with less trades open. We're trying to get back over the ME here. Should have took a Wednesday, or sorry, a Friday 0 DTE on this thing. That's my bad, man. Oh well. All right, I'm straight up naked. I'm naked, boys. I figured I already paid for uh, this, and I had my conviction earlier, so not a big deal. Let's go, baby. Who was positive? Who was positive this morning when everybody else woke up crying and worried about Amazon? Me. That's what I do. Positive, guys. Stay positive. Manage those trades. Look at your levels. All right. Guess what? Guess what we just hit to the upside here on ES. Hmm? Anybody know? Are you guys paying attention? No. We hit my expected range to the tick. Okay? I said 4401, 4400. It hit our um, top expectation. Okay? I want you to see that. To the tick, folks. I can't make this up. All right? From the daily edge to the mid edge. This is where the bulls need to make their stand. Okay? I'm telling you. If you want more, it's there, but it has to be bought over 4402 right now. Okay? What does Mark Douglas teach you? In order for the market to go higher, somebody in this world must think that it's more valuable and buy above 4402. Let's go ahead and set alert here. Now, what you will notice, there is no structure up here. This is one of my favorite candles to buy back, meaning the market just continues to push up when we have what we call chaotic candles. Yesterday was chaotic. There's no rhyme or reason. The best you can come up with is Amazon missed their earnings. That's not a reason for the stock market to sell off. There are many other reasons. All right, guys, pull. Good trade there. Sean, shout out, brother. I don't know. Did you say you're still holding it? I can't remember what he said. I know Tina, you said you had it. I think they're just, let's see here, 7 by 760. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I still want to see it push up towards 5 to 10 bucks today, though. Sell at 500? Hell yeah. That'd be sweet, man. Sweet baby raise. All right, let's go over here to AB&B as well. I had my opportunity to buy on that small dip this morning. They're back at 61 cents. See, there's always something out there to get in your way. Do I add more? Do I add more? Do I take this trade? And there's this source, right? It's on a big screen and there's talking heads. And too many people, in my opinion, give too much credit to people because they're on TV. Who cares, right? We're all human. We all have our opinions. And if you buy into all that stuff, it will keep you from executing trades. It will keep you from being the best you can be. You have levels. You understand how to trade off those levels. But I guarantee 98% of people trading have a TV on or they're listening to some sort of news, whether it's blogs, whether it's other services, whether it's, uh, you know, we could go on and on. Look at the levels, trade off the levels, right? Yeah, just because they're on TV doesn't mean they're a role model. That's like the worst thing I've ever heard. Too much emphasis is put on the news, folks. I have people tell me, Well, I don't watch the news, John. I read. I read. What's the difference? What's the difference? Somebody with an opinion wrote a book. You guys understand that? We're not talking about like surgery, right? You're going to medical school, you learn how to connect an arterial, or stitch people up. That's different. That's for real. Those are facts, man. This is how you stitch somebody up. This is how you flush a wound. But somebody writing, just because they write and they tell you their opinion, doesn't mean that it's right. I don't know. I'm on a rant, but I'm just telling you. Now, I like ideas. I like to listen to Mark Douglas because he taught me a lot. Get that mind game. Keep it strong. At the end of the day, you are going to lose money in trading and you are going to make money in trading. What separates you is being able to let go. How do you let go? You learn to trade with an allocation that you're comfortable with. And remember, always check your shopping cart, right? We jump on a website, we order tons of things. You're like, I like this, I like that, I like this. And then when you get to checkout and your bill's 5 grand, you're like, what in the F did I just do? Right? Same thing with trading. It's really easy to get caught up in buying a lot of trades. We all do it, including me. And then when things go wrong, we look at the total and we're like, what did I just do? Am I right? Yep, 100%, Jim. It's up to the reader, viewer, to use critical thinking and know the difference between the reporting, right? When things go wrong, we blame mama. That's some funny stuff right there. And as we get older, we become more, what's it called? We get to the point where we're like, what's it called? Where we start to conspiracy theories, right? We do. It's natural. I do the same thing. Yeah, right? Yep, yep. hmm All right, so far that decelerator, that 3306 that I gave you guys, is working. So if you're here and you're a trendy member, you understand how important these levels are. Okay? And our traders know that this YE or that blue line is a really, really big deal. Really big deal. You have to be patient. Notice that price came into my levels and held. It's not until if this then that until they close below that you start to feel okay, maybe I'll think of a short. A lot of retail, a lot of new traders, they get fearful and they usually buy puts when things are down and they buy calls when things are up. Try to think differently. Try to think differently. Just try for 1 week to buy the extreme lows. And if you are wondering what are extreme lows, come and find out, folks. I'll teach you. Just try to buy extreme lows. If you're going to do a breakout trade, well, you better have a plan. And we teach that as well for gap up trades. All right, guys, so we are pushing over 44.01 just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Things might slow down just a tad here. Hmm. That's right. Yep. Oh, pulls up $4.38, baby. Damn. That's pretty impressive. Very important level here. I think I might roll on these. Yep. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Because we're at the 618, like ATR just pointed out, guys, I'm gonna trim that pool for right now. Just gonna give it a few minutes. Very nice trade. By the way, guys, that was Sean's idea. If you're in pool, give him a shout out. Right? Yeah. Thanks for giving him a shout out. Right? Everybody likes to hear that. Little love. Great song, Omer. I'm playing it in the background. Let it all out. All the things I can do without. Hey Roberto, what's the spread? All right, guys. So there's some small caps that are on my list here, and I want to go over a couple with you solo. Okay, I'm going to go over it. Some of these are going to sound funny to you guys, but you're going to remember back in January, we were tearing some of this stuff up in December, and they look like penny stocks now. Okay, just to give you some ideas of how bad some of these sold off, folks. Solo, 13 bucks, trading at $3.67. Okay, Blink. Okay, Blink's up a dollar today, trading at 35. Okay, consolidation, looking pretty nice at the ME. I like these because the risk is not that high. Okay, and let's see. I like the 500 shot. So what I think I'm gonna do is see if we can get into 500 there. These are the things I can do without. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, man. Let's see here. So the spread. So this looks weird. I'm not used to this. It's 585 by 490. So is it saying that you could only get a dollar or 80 cents or something? All right, what I did was rolled into pool the 500 calls for now. All right, and some of these other names, just really quick, if you're interested. These are just names that I have on the radar that I'm looking for these small caps. Okay, so some energy picks and so forth. So Workhorse, right? As well. Also up right now at 17 cents. And this guy, we already know it's come back big time. Let's see. Let's come over here. Would you buy snow? Very cool. BAC also moving nicely.
We got AD or AMD guys, possibly. Let's see here. Nice little Friday trade. Let's see what they got on the zero DTs. I'll do some spreads into it. See what happens. Oh, did I get that DPZ for 50 cents? Okay.